storytelling is so impactful, but storytelling about your business from someone who used your services, that's even more impactful. It makes a huge difference. We're your hosts, Sahara Embry
and Michaela Bedoyan. From working corporate 9-to-5s to running $1 million companies,
we're bringing you the inside scoop of what it takes to start and scale your business.
We're keeping things real, raw, and unfiltered. This is the Rise and Refine podcast.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Gonna start saying that now ever since last week.
Yes, we have a good one for you guys today. It's all about marketing and the power of storytelling.
All about this power of storytelling. Mm-hmm. And as you guys have probably seen, so many brands are starting with telling their founder's story. Even if they don't have a tangible product yet, they are taking you behind the scenes on what it actually looks like for them to build a business. And it is making waves on social media right now. No matter what social media site account that you're on, whether that be TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, even over on Threads, people are dropping their founder stories left and right. And
they're telling their stories more than just posting a fact.
Yes.
Because I tell my agents this all the time. That's why I like this topic. Is people listen better when you give them a story versus when you're just throwing facts at them. It's literally marketing to storytell.
Oh, yeah, because we are living in a world that is just oversaturated with content upon content.
Yes.
And so clarity and your story and finding and fine-tuning that story is going to cut through all of the noise, and it's going to help you grow in a way that might be faster, yes, but it's going to help you get there faster than just aesthetics or like buzzwords or trends will do.
Well, it's better for your audience too.
Yeah.
Like they're going to relate to you more. They're going to listen to you more. Like people love stories, right? I feel like that's why reality TV is so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because it's like a story happening in real life.
Yeah.
But then you
even
get
if
to
it's
know,
a little bit fabricated.
Yes, right. But you get to know, they make the story dramatic. You get to know the characters and their back. They look like literally producers look for people with a really good story because that's what relates to people. So use it in marketing.
Yeah, most definitely. And there's so many different elements of a strong brand story. But a lot of that leads back to the fact that you can have all of the visuals. You can have this gorgeous brand in front of you, but if you aren't saying anything behind the visuals, it's not going to stick. Yeah. That's why we always tell all of our clients, like, we can design this beautiful brand for you. It can be rooted in your brand foundation, in strategy. We can figure out who your core audience or your ideal clients are, your core audience. We can fine tune and make sure that the brand is speaking to that audience while still staying true to you and giving you that confidence within your brand. However, if you do not share, if you do not post, if you are not active in building your own community and sharing your story, sharing your successes, sharing your failures, sharing how you got from point A to point Z, it's all for naught. You're just investing 100%. In a blank product.
100%. And you see this a lot with businesses, specifically when they are posting about marketing. It's like, we're number one, right?
Yep.
Or we did this many transactions, we do that too as Crew Realty. Like we, of course, post about our facts, but what we really have tried to be more mindful of is, okay, here's the stat, but in reality, here's what it took to get there. It was this agent who had this client that she helped right before the other people were about to go through foreclosure.
Right.
Right. It's telling the stories behind what actually happened because people do want to know. They're like, okay, well, what happened?
Right.
People are nosy, right? They want to know what happened behind that.
And this is where your testimonials are gold. They are pure gold.
Yes.
If you can actually, what we send out to our clients, and we actually have had to fine tune this here within the last 6 months, because you really shouldn't just be sending out to your clients, hey, will you write me a review for X?
Yeah.
Give them a couple different questions to be able to answer of, what did you like about our process? What did you dislike about our process? What would you change about our process? How has your brand and website helped you reach your sales goals or
change your business?
Yes. in X number of
Yeah.
months. And you're not sending this review out right after the project closes. I mean, you can ask for feedback, but you're sending it out 2 to 3 months afterwards so that you can actually get a good testimonial from them. Like, what was the immediate impact of my services on your business?
Their story regarding using you and your services.
Yes.
Because storytelling is so impactful, but storytelling about your business from someone who used your services, that's even more impactful. It makes a huge difference.
And it helps people buy in.
Yes.
It helps people build trust with you because they see that you are actually working with real people. They see the results that these real people are saying and the impact that you've had on their business and what you've been able to help create for them. So it takes the point of view off of you and it points them onto, okay, how can they help me in this time of need? Like, how can they help me build my business? And then it takes it just reiterates it in their mind to where it's not so much about like you having to figure everything out for them. It's like, okay, how can you know what I'm saying by this?
I do. I think it's hard when we say storytelling, we're not sitting you to talk about yourself every day and tell your own stories.
No.
And I think people get that confused. Storytelling is what happens throughout your business with other people. Storytelling is truly an experience that happened. And like, regarding back to real estate, because that's my day in and day out. And I feel like this could really relate. It's like I tell my agents, when you're new, if you don't have a story to tell yet, come to trainings, learn stories. Storytelling is learning from other people's experiences too.
Use
right?
somebody else's testimonial. If it's not pointing back to your specific services, maybe, but it's pointing back to who you're partnered with.
Yes.
And the team that's backing you.
100%. So, and it's actually really hard for people to remember that storytelling does make a huge impact. And it's just really, 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 really makes a huge difference in marketing. I think aesthetics and graphics and stuff, it's like they attract the eye first.
It's
but what
the icing
keeps,
on the cake. Yeah.
Yeah. What keeps somebody there is the story behind that graphic, what's really happening and going on.
Yeah. And I mean, at first, you're going to have to drop your story. People are going to have to be able to relate to you in order to follow you.
Yeah.
But once you have that piece, then you build off of it through taking that microscope per se and pointing it off of you and turning it onto your clients.
Yeah.
Being like, this is how we helped them.
Yes.
And then fleshing out and giving that testimonial.
But there's a way to tell a story too. You can't just get up and be like, okay, here's what happened. And I wrote out on here like the elements of storytelling with marketing because it's also a strategy within marketing. Okay. It's very, very, very specific. You can't just say, here's a story. Okay. Now everyone's going to love me and like me. And it's going to relate. No, you have to visually and kind of work through storytelling. So you want to dive into some of those?
Yeah. So, I mean, what we've been talking about from the jump here, it's that first piece is the character. Who's your story about? Is it about you? Is it about your client? Is it about a specific audience that you're trying to attract? Is it about the transformation in and of itself?
Yes.
And we're not trying to speak about you or the client. Like, what are you trying to highlight here?
Let's actually do an exercise. That would be fun. And walk through these elements with the client. We can use Cassidy.
Oh,
because we talked about her before.
Perfect.
Cassidy, I feel like
she's the copywriting mama.
Let's
she's
take
a copywriter.
The element, who it is, it's Cassidy, our client.
Surprise.
Cassidy. That would be fun, right?
We can do that.
Yes. So we take her and she's the element and she's basically the character of the story.
Yes.
So she's one of our clients though.
Yeah, she's one of our clients. She's become a good friend of ours and now we work pretty closely with her in all of our businesses actually.
Yes. And her conflict is next, right?
Yes. So her conflict is second. So we've gone from our character to our conflict. So our conflict is, what is that challenge or that pain point that they are facing, or maybe you're facing, the transformation is facing? What is that?
What's the issue? What's the story about, right?
And so Cassidy came to us and she was like, I have a brand that I love, but my website is not converting. It does not look like me. It does not sound like me. And as a copywriter, I'm like, well, the sound like you part, we can't do anything about that. And so she took it upon herself. She rewrote her entire copy. But when it came to the actual website design and taking what was already inside of her and her brand, basically we pulled that out and made it into a very strategically pleasing design. Made it to where it flowed from section to section. So we're leading a viewer who came to her site through a story on her website
Mm-hmm.
to get them to take an action, which is called a call to action.
Mm-hmm.
And that was to submit a inquiry,
Yes.
pretty much,
Which now what Michaela's talking about is the third element,
which is
transformation.
Yes.
So she came to us with the problem of, hey, this is what I do.
I'm
my
not
website's
confident
not working.
in my website is not working for me.
Here's my
I'm not
conflict.
confident in it. People are
Yep.
turned off by it.
Yep.
Help.
Yes.
And so the transformation was, we took that site, we turned it into a very strategic design using the copy that she wrote, and we made it to where we're talking about our who, our what, our where, and how she can help. And then we're pointing them to that call to action.
Yes.
And then
that was the whole transformation to solve her conflict, which then the last element is the resolution, the takeaway from all of that.
she 4x'd her revenue in her first month.
Yes.
So that is a prime example. So we use her, and it's not often, but we're probably going to be highlighting that a little bit more because it was such an insane transformation, not only from what she started with to where she ended up and how she's working with us now. And so just seeing that and seeing how it is it radically changed her business, and it gave her the confidence to be able to send out her site and pitch to clients that she felt were so far out of her realm of comfort. And she's like, oh my gosh, these are dream clients for me. But she was able to pitch to them because she felt confident in what she was sending.
Yes. So we just use the power of storytelling. Instead of telling you guys about the 4 elements of storytelling, we used a storytelling to walk you through it and made it much more interesting.
Yes.
And stand out a lot more as we talk about a client who at the end of the day grew their business 4x because of that. And that's what you want to do with storytelling. Because if we just sat here and said, okay, first you find the character, then the conflict, then the transformation, you guys wouldn't have been as involved.
Yeah, that was a good point. Good job.
Yes.
That was
See,
good.
look at
That was good.
Good to us. Yay.
She puts me on the spot like that all the time. But no, that's a great point.
Yes.
So those are the elements of a strong brand story. So we're talking about our character, our conflict, our transformation, and then that resolution or the takeaway, whatever that looks like for you.
And it's, if your storytelling takes strategy and takes practice. I was never a naturally good storyteller, and I was self-aware of that, and I'm trying to actually get better with it. But these 4 elements can kind of take somebody and walk them through storytelling to help you till you get used to it.
Yeah.
And it's a tool that you can use within your marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's very basic to brand building too. You tell stories every single day. People love the drama. They crave the drama. Just pretend like you're talking about it to a friend. Yeah. Really, truly. Yeah. And it doesn't just have to be words, right? You can back that story with the imagery, with the design, with the tone of voice that you're using, with the layout, your social media grid, whatever that looks like for you visually. You can enhance your story through the visuals. So keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, it's really, really big. And it's, you have to think about who it is that's listening. Right? That's another part of storytelling, is who are you talking to? Who are you trying to attract to your business? Right? Like, as you're storytelling, and if you're like, I want to gain this specific type of client. Okay, well, what are you talking about? Yeah. What are the stories you're telling? What are you posting? And be very mindful of that and who you're attracting as you're telling stories through marketing.
Well, it all goes back to that tone of voice too. Yes. Like, how are you speaking? Are you in a professional tone? Are you more a little bit laid back? Like on Refined, we're very much like we're just having a FaceTime conversation. Like that's what, when you actually go to our Instagram stories, not to be confused with storytelling, but when you go to our Instagram stories, you might pop on there if it's like a Tuesday through Thursday, because those are my forward facing days. You might see me just chatting it up like we're on a FaceTime call, and I'm just talking to the camera like I've known you for years. That's very intentional. That's not just, we just didn't decide to do that out of the blue just for funsies. Like, no, I'm so far out of my comfort zone when I do some of those things. And the bloopers I have from like, bleh, like all the time of messing up, but it's to be intentional, and because we want our brand to be a friendly face. We don't want it to feel like we're untouchable by any means. We want to feel like anybody could work with us, but we are attracting the right clientele because of the way that we speak. Yeah. And so
the storytelling, do you feel like too, I think why it's such a big part of marketing is because storytelling comes back to how you make somebody feel,
Oh, most
like the
definitely.
emotions that they feel from it. And I think people react and respond and feel those emotions more than they do by just the words you're telling them. It's like, how did you feel when we told you that story? Like, for example, Cassidy, how did you guys feel when we told you she 4X her business from website? Did you have feelings of, oh, I want to do that?
Yeah.
Right? Did you have feelings of, so it's possible with just a website and I didn't know that? Like, how did it make you feel by knowing that story? And that's what I love storytelling is people get so into it and then they really feel like with their emotions, which is why people love like The Bachelor, Love Island, because you can feel these relationships, this love growing. It makes you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Exactly. That's why you cry when certain people are sent home. Like, I don't know if you're like me. That's how I am.
You're like, oh no, yes. It's
but no,
very
it
big.
really is true. And like going back to the tone of voice, the visuals, the emotion that you're pulling out of a brand, like having a strong brand means that you're pulling on emotion. It truly does. But going back to some things here through the visuals. If you have a very moody photo shoot, and I'm just going to use my own engagement pictures because I can. My engagement
It's your
pictures.
chance to talk about your
Exactly. I
wedding.
can talk about my engagement. I'm pulling it in any way I can. It's a very short period of my life. Anyways, so I wanted my engagement pictures to be very homey, feels like Casey and I. They were in our house. Our photographer came into our house. They were with our dogs. They were in our safe environment. We just wore very natural clothes, like clothes that we would normally wear on any given day. We weren't trying to be something that we were not for this photo shoot. And I personally think that it showed through, like our personality,
100%,
how we wanted them to be showcased. It showcases our first home together. And it created a type of atmosphere within the photos to where you feel like this warmth, this almost nostalgic feel.
Yeah.
It would have been very different if we would have taken those pictures and placed them in, say, like a bright and airy field with wildflowers. You know what I mean? Same outfit, same people, but a totally different vibe and perspective.
Yeah.
You're going to get two different emotions when you look at that. It's the same way with our brand photos. If we were to take our brand photos, so we take them here in the Crew Realty office, it's very bright and airy. We use flash photography. It's very bold. It's very playful. If we were to take those and maybe say, I don't know, we go into like a more
modern building, like that was like maybe
I'm trying to take it to where like a different style of photography though.
if we were to do it like maybe outside. No, I get where you're going with it.
I know. I'm trying to.
But we're trying to think of a
cross
place.
the bridge. Hold on. It's there. I just don't know how to like say it with words.
Well, we could use an actual example. One of the places we chose to take our pictures was at a coffee shop.
Oh yeah,
that had no color palette similar to ours.
No.
It had wine in it, and it was
Dark.
coffee shop. It was
dark.
very dark. And like when I saw those pictures, I'm like, these just don't feel like us.
Yeah.
And I never told you that. So sorry if I'm telling you that now.
No, because I felt the same way.
yeah,
I don't think I ever told you
we
that.
chose a spot just to choose a spot. We're like, oh, well, we tried to make it look and feel like us. We
Yes.
didn't understand that we were just placing us in an environment that didn't feel like us. We were trying to make it work and it didn't work.
Yes.
Whereas here in my office, like I specifically built it for content, but we're comfortable here. We know
Yeah.
how to move things around. We know how to make angles work.
Yeah.
And even though we use my office so much for photo shoots now, it's like, well, we know that works and we're comfortable there and it's the vibe we want.
Right.
So why go out of our way just to do something that's not us?
Exactly. So those brand photos that were taken in that coffee shop, we don't use them very regularly, if at all anymore, because it doesn't help build our story.
Yeah.
It doesn't back us visually. Whereas the ones that we just took for our May 2025 photo shoot for our 2-year anniversary, and for the relaunch of this podcast, those exemplify us to a T, and they help build our brand story and visually are appealing and have helped people recognize us just through the photos because of how thought out they were, not to pat ourselves on the back.
Well, it was the
but we
same
just
photographer
learned.
too, which is funny.
Yeah.
It really shows the environment, like you were just saying with your engagement photos. Like, they don't try to be somebody you're not. Don't try to take yourself out of an environment you're uncomfortable in. The power of storytelling is being consistent with how you show up, where you show up, and being consistent with your story and who you are, not constantly trying to be somebody else.
Yes, exactly. And the emotion, the narrative that you're telling when it comes to your visuals, when it comes to your brand photos, that is going to stick in somebody's head longer than a statistic that you throw out there.
Yeah.
And we can spit out the statistics and testimonials of our clients all day long, but if we're not consistently sharing that story, it's going to blow over somebody's head.
Yes.
So there's the consistency there. There's the consistency in the visuals and the photos, whatever it might be.
It just makes a huge difference. Remember that. Visuals, tone, the story you're telling, everything. This is, and all that we're talking about here at the end of the day is a tool for you to use for marketing within your business.
Yeah.
Right? You are marketing. It's not that we're saying that you need to sit here and storytell just to storytell. No, it's marketing. It's a strategy. That's what you've got to understand. There's strategy behind marketing.
And be real with it.
Yes.
Please, dear Lord,
Yes.
be real with it. Because you can spot when somebody is just chat GPTing reviews or chat GPTing scripts for their business.
Yes.
Like it's so evident now. And take out the hyphens. Just take them out. Like if you're writing a caption, take them out. If they're not naturally supposed to be there, I don't know. That's just me. But you can spot authenticity.
You
And
really can.
so make sure that, how you're showing up, it really is truly you. It is really, truly your brand.
And it takes practice.
It does take
You can't just all of a
practice.
sudden say, yes, I'm going to go tell this story. You're going to suck at telling that story at first.
Practice in the mirror.
Yes, literally.
Practice in the mirror. I had to do that.
Yeah. Speaking of practicing, you know who you can practice with?
Who?
ChatGPT. You know what my agents do right now?
Have you trained them to chat GPT?
They fully talk to ChatGPT and role play now.
Really?
And she is incredible.
Does she grill them?
She grills them.
Really?
She sounds like a real buyer.
Wow.
They're practicing role playing with her, talking about buyers. They're practicing negotiations. They're practicing about like study the Alabama real estate law and quiz me on it. Talk to me like a buyer.
Wow.
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
So-
see, that's a great way to use
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, Sahara's chat GPT is named Shelly and
Yes.
mine is named Ace. And we did
Shelly
that.
and Ace.
We did that way before Love
Yes.
Island was
Yes.
a thing. So I don't know. I think we kind of spoke that into existence. With that
Somehow
couple.
we did.
Yeah, I
It's
have
kind
no
of funny.
idea. So, anywho's, going back, that's a very interesting point. But just going back to honing in on the fact that, like, yes, your brand story, it's your story to start with, but it's not the story that you're ending with. It's your audiences too. So, when you're talking about your story, make sure you're drawing your audience in.
Yes.
Give them a reason to listen. Interact. Make when you're talking through, for us with Refine, just to be able to use it as an example, and maybe you can give a real estate or property management example, but like on stories specifically, we're going to be walking you through from the very start. So, hey, this is the creative direction for our client. These are the 2 mood boards we presented. What do you guys think? This is
Involving
kind of like,
you in their story.
yeah, this is the brief. Here's our client. Here's, the description of them. This is what their target audience is. Which would you choose? And so now they're invested to see what that brand ends up looking like at the very end, because they saw it at the beginning.
And they're invested in that client's story. And it's pretty cool to see it come together. So,
Okay. Do you want to give a real estate example really quick? Or no?
Gosh, there's so many real estate examples. One thing I've recently done with my marketing within real estate is, instead of just posting about what we provide to agents, we've changed the scripting to agents' success stories as they're here. Like what happened their first 90 days, how that impacted their business.
Yeah.
That's been huge, because I think that it's not just about we provide these things. We're talking about how agents use these tools we provide within their business to then grow their business.
And you're taking an agent's story that might be with your team, but you're making it the audience, the main character.
Yes, exactly.
And you're doing that through understanding their pain points, understanding their goals and where they want to get to, and showing real life examples of people that have already done that through your team and given them a way to be able
Yes.
to get to that desired goal.
Exactly. It's like this agent started here. Maybe you're feeling that way too. Maybe you've only done 2 transactions in a year, but this agent used this tool, this tool, this tool, and we help them by achieving it and doing this to now they're able to achieve this in business. So they were where you started and now they're here. It's
And do y'all see what she just did? Character, conflict, transformation, and resolution.
without
right there.
even looking.
So as your business grows, your story deepens. So make sure that, as you're continuing to grow in your business, you're updating your audience, you're sharing that, you're taking them along for the ride, because as you evolve into, for us with Refined, we're going from a brand and web design studio to an educational platform to a different content kind of like ecosystem where we're going to have conferences, we're going to have these other events, we're going to, we're speaking this into existence. It doesn't exist right now, but we're going to get there.
We're
And
working
as
on
we-
it. Come along
yes,
on the story with us.
exactly. And we're going to be taking our audience behind the scenes of doing all of this, and it's just going to deepen our brand story, but we're taking our audience along with us, so it's going to deepen their relationship and feel like they have a pool in it. I wanted to wrap up with just some quick tips for like crafting your own stories on for like social media, especially just for like quick touches on like Instagram stories and things like that. Zoom in on one moment, not the whole timeline all at once. Focus on the one moment, talk about the pain points, and then you can create a series out of that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's like, do you watch, I'm using reality TV because it's such a good example.
That's fine.
Do you watch, like, do they release all episodes one day or do they keep you going for several weeks?
Or do they do an episode drop and then they do a drop 6 months later?
Yeah. Right. So it's like teasing and bringing people along, but don't overboard people with your story.
Exactly. If you made a shift, share the before and after. Super simple.
Yes.
We've talked about that. Use client stories as mirrors, make them feel seen. So we've already talked about how testimonials are gold. Make sure that those are at the forefront of your business, whether that's on your Instagram, on your other social media sites, on your website. Make sure that you have those testimonials, and quit writing like you're a marketer or like you're a professor, right? Like like you're a friend who gets it. Like we talked about, we're talking on stories, like we're on FaceTime with one of our friends. The intentionality behind that.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's all I had.
Yep. So hopefully we gave you guys a lot of tools with marketing and storytelling, because it's such a big part of what you should be doing in your business.
And if you're in an industry and you're like, I have no idea how to do this, please reach out to us. We'd love to just collab with you, spitball back ideas back and forth, and see if we can't come up with a solution to help you get there.
We should do like a storytelling mastermind where we help people develop a story for their marketing business and help them like develop.
Would y'all
it.
like that? Would you
Yeah,
like
let
for
us
us to do like
know.
a storytelling mastermind? I mean, heck, we can even loop in, I don't know, copywriters and see if we can
like help you create the main story for marketing for your business.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Well, let us know if you want to do that, but
Yes.
hopefully you gain some good insights and some good tips from this episode. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. Leave us a review down below. It's super, super helpful and important to us. If you want to find us, you can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Rise and Refine Podcast. If you want to check out the brand and web design studio, you can follow us at Refine Marketing _ on Instagram. Thank you guys for tuning in, and happy Monday.
Have a great Monday.